Hello and welcome to the second episode of Being Valeria, where Valeria is explaining herself. So I decided that this would be an ongoing thing, kind of like a blog. And I will try not to obsess over how well structured it is, or whether I make any sense, or I don't know. I will just try to capture myself as I am. So, in my first video, I mentioned that sensation primarily it doesn't stick. So like I perceive it, I sense, but my brain just decides that this information is not relevant. And it doesn't store it, or the or like I don't know, but in general it creates a very empty existence, because through sensation, you experience the richness of life. What did I say? Yeah. The taste, the smell, the touch, when it gets imprinted in your mind, then you can appreciate it. It's very difficult for me to talk about this, just in case. It's very difficult to talk about something that you don't experience compared to other people. It also makes it makes the memories flat and factual. You don't relive the experience. It's kind of lost. Like an example would be like there is an association or a memory of your grandma's cooking, for example. You remember the smell, the taste, you remember the environment, grandma's place. You remember how old you are, and you see how difficult it is for me to recreate, because I'm not I don't know, emotion. There is emotion connected to certain taste, I would assume. I think that this is how it functions. Am I making any sense? In my case, sensation is experienced very strongly in the moment. I am very sensitive to sensory input, to touch, to smell, to like, oh my God, how sensitive I am to all of this. One time at my second university in Hamburg, and I think in the course of these videos, I will be coming back to certain things that I want to mention as an example of how extreme it is, the reaction that I have to sensory input. So there was this one lecture that I signed up for, and anyone who is into typology, I will just say that I think that the course itself, or the lecture itself, that it interested me. I don't remember what it was, of course. I remember nothing. Nothing what I studied at university. Not even the names of some professors, or I cannot organize my memories. Fuck it. So the professor was an ISTJ, and his voice was so monotone, so lifeless, so just like it was just unbearable. And the lecture itself, like it would not be an improvisation where he would kind of like tell you on the spot or something. Like it wasn't engaging, it wasn't interesting, it wasn't inspiring, it was nothing. He would just recite information. This was the feeling that I got. And this constant, the voice, the narration, it drove me insane. So at some point, and I don't remember whether it was maybe I tried to see through the first lecture, and then it happened on the second or maybe third, I don't know when, but I stood up in the middle of the lecture and I walked out, and I never came back because I just couldn't take. The information would not register anyway. Like so much of my perception depends on how my brain processes information or like sensory input aesthetically. Yeah. I don't remember how or why I started talking about this. Now, in this very moment, everything that I said before is kind of lost. I can't hold on to anything, any moment. It all slips away. It just disappears from my mind, from my awareness, from my memory. So yeah, I don't remember how I ended up here. Let's pause for a second. Whatever, we just keep going. So in my first video, I said that I remember that I went to university in Russia. And the truth is that I don't really remember. I know as a fact that I was there. And I don't have memories in the sense of a lived experience, like I remember a certain day on which certain something happened, and you know what led to that thing, and then what happened afterwards, and it's kind of like a sequence, or there is a moment that you remember vividly: the touch, the smell, the atmosphere, the emotion, everything. I don't remember those, like my past as moments that I can relive. I kind of reconstruct my past. I kind of like fill in the blanks, and a better way to put it would be I experience my past as like how I would be and how I would behave and where I would be repeatedly. So like I remember what my university looks like approximately. If I see it again, I will be like, wow, this is way more vivid than it was in my memory, because the images that I have in my mind are kind of like very pale. They are almost feel like ghosts. Like it's very like blurry, kind of. I don't know how to describe this, but see through, not, you cannot grasp anything. So I remember what my university looks like. I remember the corridors, and I remember approximately also what the classrooms looked like. And approximately remember the smell. It just doesn't come up, kind of like all of the senses reminding you about this specific place where you were. It just doesn't happen this way. My memory is very... I reconstructed. I kind of would base it on what I would usually do. Like if I go to university every day for like 2 years, of course these 2 years don't feel like 2 years, but it would happen often enough that I would memorize, of course. So I have like kind of a mental image. But it's kind of like I see it as empty corridors, or I see like certain people that I would study with, I see them like as a concept or something. Or I remember that we would do something together, but whether it was winter or summer, I don't know. Whether it was the first year or the second year, I don't know. And the conversations are gone. The content of the memory. So I kind of see it like a general. Yeah, I remember what it looks like, and I remember going there, and I would recognize it if I see it. But there is no like, oh, like it consists of moments, of sequences of things that I experienced. Like, no, this is not how I see my past. And also another thing is I wouldn't even want to remember my past. Not really. It's I experience shame on a constant basis. Always. Like, I just think that I don't think. It's again difficult to talk about this because when the internal monologue is happening, then it explains very well like what is shame, where it comes from, and what exactly I feel ashamed for. But then I want to put my thoughts into words, and then I fail. And it's a huge struggle for me that I cannot connect my thoughts properly to my speaking. To my words. I think I'll stop here for now. Did I say anything? I hope so. I wanted to talk about my body. Did I say anything about how my body kind of doesn't regulate itself? How there is no rhythm to anything? It's pure randomness. How I sleep, like my body doesn't, like if you imagine a human body as a car, let's say, and then when something in the car doesn't function properly, the car signals. It's red. It's like, this is not functioning well. Look at it. Fix it. So I think this is something that unconsciously happened to most people with their bodies. Automatically. It's like hunger. I need to eat. And then you don't think about it. You just sense it. You know instinctually, or it's instinctively, what your body needs. And you satisfy that need. So I'm disconnected from that. My body might be telling me something and I'm either just blind to it, or I ignore it on purpose, or I don't know. Honestly, this is kind of complex. But it encompasses all the basic functioning of my vessel. Starts with food, then hygiene, actually, sleep, other needs, or like, tracking something like energy levels and knowing how tired you are and why this all kind of doesn't track. Yeah. And again, I can talk about this for hours. So please, if anyone has any questions about all of these things, I will be kind of expanding or like building my next video on the previous one, maybe something that I said in the first video, or maybe if anyone has any questions, then please don't hesitate to ask, because I think that this could work well. And also, if anyone is interested, you can also check out my Instagram. It's the same handle as here on YouTube. And if you want to talk, have something to share, then you can also send me a message. I would be very happy. This is a very lonely existence, and I just want to document it, and I want to tell my story in the only way I can, by doing this. Till next time.